This video is to help renters in Detroit who are having repair or maintenance issues. My name is Zoe, and I'm a student at Wayne State University Law School, located in Detroit, working with the Community Development Advocates of Detroit to help renters understand their repair and maintenance rights. All rental properties in Detroit must be registered with the City of Detroit's Buildings, Safety, Engineering, and Environmental Department, also called BSEED. Rental property registration helps the city identify rental properties and monitor rentals to make sure landlords follow the law. Most rental properties in Detroit are not registered. To check if a rental property is registered, please use the link in the description box. Rental properties in Detroit must also have a certificate of compliance, which means that the property has been inspected by the city to make sure it's safe for renters. Less than 10% of rental properties in Detroit have a certificate of compliance. Landlords who do not register their rentals or have certificates of compliance can be ticketed. For more information, please see the links in the description box. Let's now talk about the right of repair. In Michigan, landlords must keep rental property in reasonable repair during a renter's lease. The law requires two things of the landlord. First, the landlord must make necessary repairs. Second, this must be done in a reasonable time. But the reasonable time only begins once the landlord is told of the need for repairs. Now let's talk through each of the requirements for the landlord. What are necessary repairs? Necessary repairs are repairs needed for the property to be livable. These repairs include a broken furnace, a hole in the roof, and other problems that limit the renter's ability to live safely in the property. Landlords are not required to repair problems the renter causes. For example, if a renter puts a hole in the roof because he wants a skylight, the renter is responsible for the repair. What is a reasonable amount of time? This depends on the type of repair needed. Problems that put the renter's safety at immediate risk are emergencies. These may include gas leaks, roof damage, or a broken furnace. The landlord must repair emergencies within 24 to 72 hours. For non-emergency problems, the reasonable amount of time for repair depends on the type of problem. The more a problem affects the livability of the property, the sooner the repair should be made. Does the right of repair apply to all renters? Yes, if the lease is for less than 1 year. This includes both written and unwritten leases. For leases longer than 1 year, the landlord and renter can agree in the lease that the renter is responsible for these repairs. If you are not sure what kind of renter you are, or would like help understanding your lease, help is available. Check the description box for resources. What are the renter's responsibilities? The renter has to tell the landlord about the problem. It is important to do this in writing. It's important to tell the landlord 3 things. Tell the landlord what the problem is, why it is important to be fixed, and when you would like it fixed. If the landlord doesn't make the repairs in time, you now have proof that the landlord knew about the problem. What do I do if my rental property requires a repair? The first step you should take is to tell your landlord in writing when you notice the problem and when you would like the repair to be made. This could be by text message, email, or letter. Be sure to keep a copy of what you wrote the landlord. Be sure to say what the problem is, why it is important, and when you would like it fixed. For example, you might write, "Water is dripping from my ceiling. Please repair this problem within 1 week from today." You can also call your landlord. If you do call, be sure to keep a list of when you call your landlord and a few notes about what was discussed. What if my landlord doesn't fix the problem? If your landlord doesn't fix the problem within a reasonable time, you have a few choices. First, you can make the repair yourself and subtract the costs of the repair from your rent. If you choose to make the repair yourself, you should always tell your landlord in writing before you begin the repair. You should keep all receipts for any supplies you buy. You can also hire a repair person and deduct the cost of the repair from your rent. If you do hire a repair person, you should first get 3 estimates and give them to your landlord. Tell your landlord in writing that the landlord has until a specific date to get the repair done, or you will choose one of these repair people. Tell the landlord that the cost will be deducted from your rent. Another option is to withhold rent until the repair is made. Please note that you may have to pay this rent to the landlord if the repair is later made. How much rent you withhold depends on how bad the problem is. For example, you would withhold more rent for a broken water heater than for a clogged sink. A good rule of thumb is to withhold the amount of rent that the repair costs. If you withhold rent, you must put the rent in an escrow account. An escrow account is a bank account separate from your personal bank account where you will put the rent money until the repair is made. Once the repair is complete, you pay the money in the escrow account to your landlord. You should always tell your landlord in writing before withholding rent. You should do this in a way where you can prove that you told the landlord in writing. The best way to do this is to send a letter through certified mail, which you can do at the post office. You will write why the rent is being withheld, meaning what the problem is, where the money is being held, meaning which bank, and tell the landlord that it will be released when the repair is completed. Finally, you can file a complaint with BSeed. BSeed will conduct a free inspection of the property and will tell your landlord what they must fix and when the fixes must be made. You can contact BSeed at 313-224-2733. Can my landlord do anything to me for enforcing my rights to repair? No, it is illegal for a landlord to retaliate or do anything against a renter for taking any of these steps. Retaliation includes raising rent, filing for eviction, or ending a lease. If your landlord is retaliating against you for exercising your rights, please contact the organizations linked in the description box to this video for support and assistance. All people deserve clean, safe, and quality housing. Support is available for renters experiencing repair and maintenance issues. To find resources to assist you in the enforcement of your rights, please check out the links in the description box. Thank you for watching.